to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, as you know, Alabama coming off a terrific year last year, getting back into the college football playoff and getting to the second round. But this team has more to prove. They lost their quarterback, Ty Simpson, to the draft, but they still have one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the country. Ryan Coleman-Williams is looking for a little redemption after a low production year last year. The fans can't wait to see what this version of the Crimson Tide will look like this season. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Start on the ground with Frazier. Crosses the 30. They'll go right back to the run. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back, and he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to blow up now and start doing something about it.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Zings it complete to the right. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
Well, they hit that deep crossing pattern, and nice job by the quarterback there, keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. He's not telegraphing where he's going to throw it. He knows he's got to give his guy a chance to work through the traffic, get all the way across the field, but you can't let the defense know where you're going with it. Some really good timing between those two on that play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Looking to scramble. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front 7 and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up early down play for this QB.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Past the 50. He's inside the 40. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
That's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33. Let's talk about Alabama. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day 1, game 1. Make that first impression.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Just a short pass to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. They want to run this quarterback. Maybe some room here. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that first down. Nice job.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Russell. Here's the pressure. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Complete on 3rd down. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
Find my matchups out wide. I love a matchup with my wide receiver. I like my guy better than yours. Quarterback finds the matchup. The wide receiver catches the football, takes it into the end zone for 6.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They've got a first down here to open the period. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Pressure coming. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line here in recent years.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Now facing a third and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got the back over the middle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And defensively on third down, man, that is absolutely your goal. You want to play top down, play back. If they want to dump the ball off to the...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that,
keep this drive moving. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Frazier. And he could not get loose on the run.
well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Makes the grab on the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he knocked that one right down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we were all tied up here in the second.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Alabama pushing the tempo. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on 4th down. 4th down, Russell. Moving out to the right. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. He's got it! He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense, a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And man, that is exactly what you want to do. When the quarterback runs the football, you want to be physical. You want him to feel you. You want to make sure you land on top of him, hit him hard. This defense, very physical. Get the football out, force the fumble, get the big play for the team.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Running inside, it's Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the 1st half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the 2nd play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Trying to beat the D deep. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. One back in the backfield, he gets to carry. Got some room into the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Breaks the tackle. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Oh, they're after him. He's still running at the 40. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Could not make his way to the corner.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The deep thinking brings some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. Found a seam. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators called drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. Alabama quickly back to the line. Back to the ground with the running back. Not much happening on that one. Maybe made it back to the line of scrimmage as the clock continues to move here late in the half. It's 3rd down. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Throwing Russell. They're setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Rodgers. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make...
He's going for it all. He can't haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with the Mississippi State Bulldogs taking on the number 5 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Bulldogs with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
He's in open space downfield. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run it from the gun.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Keelan Russell. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Got enough for the first. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. The run inside. It's Riley. Maybe a crease. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Riley. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Touchdown time! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Turning it on. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
There used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they would go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Escapes the pressure to his right. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. It's Frazier. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
This defense is going to have their hands full trying to keep this guy in the pocket. They do not want to let him get outside because of that speed. His ability to extend plays makes this offense very, very unique as he's able to get the completion there to move the sticks.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. The Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Stepping to the right. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
Got it! Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Georgia going up tempo. They'll run with Nate Frazier. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Now on 2nd and goal. The corners are walked up tight. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's just so nice to have a signal guard who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff to the lone back. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick release by the QB. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Leaves it with the back. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on 4th down. Russell will throw for it on 4th. Inside the 40. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
quarter, opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Russell. Dangerous screen into traffic. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Throwing Russell. He'll take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he got it! And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing it. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Handoff to Frazier. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads it left. Finds his man. It's Humphries. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen.
This defense right now is pinning their ears back with a huge lead in the 4th quarter. You're seeing that coming off the edge. They're not even respecting run because they don't have to. They know that this opponent is going to throw the football. They're taking wider splits. They're getting up the field. They're using their speed, and that time tracking the quarterback down for a big sack.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They've got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Going for it all. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense. He keeps the drive alive.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
To the air, it's Stockton. Fires left. Makes a catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Makes the catch. It's Rodgers. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on third down. They'll try to run for it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And how about this offense running the football when you know it's going to be a run? Being the more physical squad. And this defense, man, trailing in.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The pressure, the intensity is palpable. A huge play right here on 3rd and 2. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
And man, it's a big decision for this offense. Like, having the lead, does that change your mind? Are you less aggressive, or do you go for the gusto? Do you try to finish this thing off yourself by getting the first down, continuing to possess the ball here in the 4th quarter with the lead?
Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. The option look. Now the toss. There's some room. He's got enough for the first down, and he might get a few bonus yards if they call that a face mask. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on fourth down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. He's like a loose boulder, just caroms his way to the 32.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. There he goes. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
Well, he gets the first down on that one. I think if he could do it over, though, he would do his best to stay inbounds and try to bleed as much clock. With the lead right now, obviously the clock is their ally. That's something that they're going to work more on in practice as the season progresses.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Georgia using its final timeout here. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Run in the red zone, it's Hill. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's good! Still a one-score game, and they've got a little breathing room.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Stockton. Looking down the middle. Finds the big tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Defense not showing press coverage. To the air on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Last chance coming up. They get to him as he throws. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it.